In this video, we're going to talk about, believe it or not, the Oakland A's and how bad of a situation there is in Oakland. And this video starts right now. All right, as you can see here, I am a New York Mets fan based on my accent and based on the hat that I'm wearing. So I watched the Mets this weekend sweep the Oakland A's in Oakland. And here's a couple of takes on what's going on there. First of all, that ballpark is a mess. All right, that ballpark years ago was retrofitted for the football when the Raiders were there, but they haven't taken down the stands that are there. That's the first thing. Those stands are still there, and you cannot see, I guess, the city beyond that. So you don't see anything, and that's the first thing. Nobody goes to the ballpark. It doesn't seem to me like it's really a baseball town. In that area, everything's about the Giants. The Giants are the number one team there. They've always been the number one team there. But Oakland and the ownership and the management takes everything for granted. Just based on the fact that they have these good players. They move them. They bring in young players. They're willing to take the hit in terms of being bad for a couple of years. And then they start winning again. But they don't there's no self-sustaining situation there. There's no investment if you're a long-time fan there of wanting to go to the games, watch a good team, knowing that they're going to put the best product on the field. I was looking up information on the owner. His name is John F. Fisher. He is valued at $2.4 billion. Now, if you have that much money to that you're valued at, I think you'd be willing to spend a little bit of money on your team that is there. Now, the ballpark is a major problem, as you know. It's a ballpark that was built in the early 60s. I don't know. It's different than, I guess, what it was back then. But it's a bad ballpark. I mean, it's antiquated. It needs to go. Now, the A's have had a struggle with the city of Oakland. Oakland is a disaster in terms of how it's run. So they're not any kind of there's no willingness to spend money to improve the ballpark. There's no willingness to put the ballpark, to have the A's play somewhere else. There was talk a few years ago that they were going to go to San Jose. That kind of went out the wayside. It seems like the A's can't get out of the lease that they signed with Oakland. But nevertheless, you still got to put a good product on the field, and they've not done that. Now they go back to the ballpark again. I watched the Met game. The fact that there's a possum in the press box and they can't get rid of it tells you, one, it tells you that the ball club is not doing a good enough job in cleaning the ballpark. Two, the city is a disaster and they can't keep these rodents out of, having an infestation so bad that they take over the ballpark. You cannot have that. All right, it's impossible to have any kind of I mean, watching this is what year is this? What year is this? It's 2023, and this happens? This is crazy. But it tells you how bad of a situation that is. Now, there's all kinds of talk and all kinds of rumors that the team's probably going to, this is Oakland A's, that they're going to move, and that Las Vegas is the number one place. We know that the Raiders went there, and that Las Vegas is a big place. There's plenty of space there. It's just it's a big entertainment place. People want to go there. And we know how big sports is in terms of the gambling and the betting or whatever. But you have to put out a good product. And they've put out good products in the past, but it's not sustained. Based off the fact that the owner doesn't want to spend money. Now, this particular owner has had this team since 2005, which is past the time of, have you seen the movie Moneyball? That happened in 2002. So since 2002, 2005, and now we got 2005 till now, we've had John J. Fisher as the owner in Oakland. But, beyond them building these teams up to where they're good, then they trade everybody. So if you're a team, if you're a fan of the Oakland A's, you've been a fan forever out there, how do you stay with your team if they're trading these good players? Now, we've seen they had a purge last year. They traded Chris Bassett. They traded Matt Olson. They also traded Sean Murphy last year, this past offseason, to the Braves. Now, there's a whole bunch of Braves prospects on that team. But, you know, what's going to happen when these guys are good? They'll be good. They'll get traded. It's just a bad cycle. It's a bad situation there. Now, last year they lost 100 games. This year they're going to lose 100 games again. They are so bad. That game on Friday night, they walked 17 batters. 17 batters in this game. Now, give them credit. Give the manager credit. They play hard. They played the Mets hard on Saturday and Sunday, but you can see there's no talent there. The talent is just not ready, or it's just not there. When you walk 17 batters in a game, in a major league game, that's not major league talent. That's a disaster. You know, it's just a complete, total disaster there. You know, the only way they can get out of this situation is get the hell out of Oakland. Oakland doesn't deserve a team. That's it. They should just get out of there once and for all. Oakland doesn't seem to care. So move to Las Vegas or Nashville, which seems to be the next big place that wants a team. And I mean, the best thing to do is get the hell out of Dodge at this point for the A's. I think that's what they want to do. But at some point, you can't, like, you either put a winning product on the field every year and hold on to your players every year. Look at the Braves. The Braves aren't spending a lot of money on signing some of these guys. They signed Murphy to a short, really not a big deal in terms of money. Now, if the Braves can do it, why can't the A's do it? The Giants are doing it. What's the problem with the Giants? And the Giants got a great ballpark. But even when they played in Candlestick, they always put a good product on the field. Not a long time ago, but, you know, it's just... And here's the thing. If the A's had won recently, they haven't won in over almost 35 years. If they won in the last few years, you can kind of give them a pass. They haven't won since 1989. They haven't put a really great team on the field since 1990. So, I wouldn't count 2002 because those are the Moneyball teams. They can never beat the Yankees. Never beat the Yankees. And that's the weird thing about the Oakland A's is they can't beat these big teams. They're good in the season, but when they get the postseason, they're just not built for it. It's the weirdest thing, the way they're built. Well, you let me know what you think about this video, this unusual rant that I have about the Oakland A's of all things. But it was very frustrating watching these games. And there isn't a lot of fans in the ballpark. They're loud, but they're not that loud. I mean, the men announced they were bragging about the sound system. There's nobody there. There's nobody there. Friday night, it was so dead there, you could hear the fans talking to each other. It was so bad. You leave comments in the comment section. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe to Baseball Head 2. Thank you, and I'll see you later.